Good morning from Upstate Tractor Works. I've brought you this morning to Iron Station, North Carolina, to an auction, mainly equipment auction, but there will be some farm equipment. So come along with me. I'm gonna get some footage of auction items and maybe some of the auction. And please subscribe below. Help us build our channel, bringing you these auction highlights and other tractor stuff. Alrighty. So we're gonna start what's at the end of the auction. They've got these metal buildings. The bid right now, pre-bids are $1,000 for just these frames. We got some art stuff here. Somebody's got a front door, right hand, no top light, some bins, an air compressor. Oh man. You a tiller if you need a tiller, an old bush hog. There's a floating dock for a jet ski, air hose reels. Now this is going to be the very end of the day, so I doubt if I'll see any of this stuff. That is suspension parts where somebody redid a '79 Pontiac. I remember reading about it. Here's a 5-foot bush hog. Plows, boom poles, one tiny one. Boy, they've already been it. Box blade there. How you like the little stand they made for that plow? It works. Your drag pan. They said this was a land plane, a homemade land plane. Yeah. Pumps. Now they had this advertised as an 18-foot bridge. So somebody took a set of steps and turned it into a bridge or something. But that's how they had it. Here's your snow plow, not much needed in South Carolina. And here's some big plows here. Won't fit our little John Deere 1 and 2 and 3 series tractors that we kind of like. There's a John Deere tiller. That looks like a class 2 hitch there. But oh, it's adjustable. Somebody had it adjusted out off to the side even. 660, I'm guessing 5 foot. Big bush hog. Yeah. Here's your grapple. Baler. John Deere 530 baler. Looks like somebody repainted it. Tried to. It's a big place here. There's some parking down along there. Yeah. Who can tell me what this is? All more money there. Looks like something that lifts something. Train drive, electric motors. There's some international cedar. This is SAC Auctions, if anybody want to know, in Iron Station, North Carolina. Okay. 116. 943. Just ratchet tie down. Now what they're going through now, the first items in the auction today were brand new items, and a bunch of those skid steer stuff and tents. They're bidding off tents for containers to go between two containers. Some gas cans, a little Honda generator, some ladders, tires. Some of the ugliest BMW wheels you ever saw in your life. John Deere cedar boxes. Vacuum cleaner tubes. Got a lot of stuff here. Here's some home. This looks like a homemade cart, and that one's a store-bought one back there for a lawnmower. Fuel tank. Now this looks like some kind of little press, but they're missing the jack. Now there's the jack, it comes with it. You get the table, the press, the jack. No jack handle, I don't see. And a grinder. Helmets. Now this is just some of that bulk China stuff, them little pumps that we've seen before. Yep. Just a set of forks. Skid steer mount. Now here's a bunch of trailers back here, and there's an auction. If you want to get in the auction business today you could buy an auction camper thingy to put on the bed of your truck to do auctions. It's here today. You can buy it, load it on your truck, and go right into the auction business. Might have to repair a little bit of water damage, but just like any kind of camper, everything's got water damage. So there you go. That comes from Specialized something. Yep. Some scrap steel. Boat trailer. And here's a bunch of trailers. Brakes need reworking on that one. Yeah. They've got containers for sale, truck beds. There's a lot of industrial thing at this auction today. Trailer for some kind of ditch witch or trencher of some sort. Regular trailer. Big John Deere loader. All this stuff. Now they're on the skid steer attachments, I believe. When they get done with that, they'll turn and come down this road. I read about that F-150. It's inoperable, so I really don't want to go look at it. So we'll move on down. Now they've got several campers. This one right here said it needed new tent, a new tent with that pop-up. So that's really not something I'd be interested in, because it could cost you a fortune. And there's a roller. I bet that thing's heavy. Here's your F-450 with a dump bed for brush hauling. If you have a chipper or whatever, and throw the chips up in the back of the truck, and then you dump the load of chips. They already have mulch in there. Here's a cab and chassis. If you want to get into paving business, you can get into paving business here. Got a paver over there. There's a lot of equipment here. Box trucks. So we got box truck here. Yep. All kinds of stuff. New and old, new and old. Got it all. That Dodge right there is already hitting them like 50 grand. It's an 18 with 100,000 miles on it. Little Ranger. We stopped and looked at the little Ranger. The transmission's gone in it. It won't go forward or backwards. So if you know anything about them, you know how expensive them transmissions are. Here's us a skid steer with the tracks. I think I read where this one's got about 1,600 hours on it or so. Yep. And then there's your mulch bush head or whatever you call them. Some more forks. Track hose. If you want a track hose, there was track hose here today. Look at that thumb and that big bucket. That's a big one there. Yes, sir. They mean for it to dig. Yeah. Here's another good size one. There's a Volvo. Yeah. Now here's your bulldozer. And from the grass growing in the tracks and the chain trying to hold up the bucket, keep it from dropping, I'd say that some of the hydraulics is not quite working right, and this track has been sitting a while. What have we got? It's a 951C cat loader. A lot of them will use those. Now here's your motorhome. Motorhome is a 05 or 06, and it's sitting at about $15,000 right now, but that motorhome should bring a little more than that, probably around 20, 24. Here's the little clipper that's sitting at $850 this morning, and it looks like somebody done clipped it, and you can see the wood rot right there from the water damage. That's one thing about campers, they get water damage. They had a picture of it opened up, and when it was opened up, the sides looked good. Okay, we're back to the clipper here, and like I said, it's got water damage in the front of it, so that would be fun to pull that metal sheeting off and redo it. See the crack right there? See how the plywood and this whole thing up here is leaked. So, all right, big Ford service truck of some sort. Here's another Dodge with the Cummins diesel. Don't know the year or anything, or this here in the auction. They've got quite a few skid steers over there, cases. So what you got to remember, a lot of times construction companies will lease equipment, and those are lease turn-ins. Then we got a little minivan here, and they've shoved the door into the door of that Chevrolet right there, not paying attention to what they're doing. People do that a lot. Okay, let's get here. We got some UTVs. Here's one with doors on it. At least it has roll up windows. RTV. This one's a Kubota. It's got vents, but I don't know. I doubt if it'd have air conditioning. It says it's a diesel. Here's another Kubota here. This one's got 936 hours on it. Yep. Here's a little four-wheeler. No idea what brand. They didn't label it. Here's your Farmall Cub. The bid on the Cub right now is at $700. Got a little woods mower. Yeah, here's another Kubota. Got a spare tire mounted on the front. Busted up the nose. This one's got a little older. It's got 3,400 hours, so it's been rode. And here's your Chinese motorcycle, 125cc. dead. Like I thought. Alright, here's your 35 key. That much. Got plastic on the seat. It's clean. Complete with a door. It's locked. They don't want you in it. Somebody used it. They left the seat cover on. Looking good. Oh, John Deere. I'm gonna take a look at this motorcycle and see if I can get it to crank, see if I want to bid on it. I'll be back. Okay, let's show with the crank. Alright, we got a feller here. Tiger Cat. Another John Deere loaders. They got that one going. They're still auctioning off all those skid steer attachments. Here's a Komatsu. This is Cat 105E. They put some paint on that rust, didn't they? Yes, sir. There's your John Deere rubber tire loader. There's your old John Deere motor grader. Got the front blade on it. There's your flatbed. Freightliner tractor. Here's an international bulldozer. That's an older one.
Order lot number 984.
We're gonna walk back to the next aisle. Forklift loader here. Just a regular Hyster. And we got the John Deere 544J. Here's a Gale unit with the rubber tracks. Then we got the little dingo. Then we got a little stand to walk behind Big Dog here with the Kawasaki engine. Yep, she's sitting on 87 hours. So that hasn't been used much. I don't know what width it is. Doesn't look like it's more than about 30 or so. New tires on the Bobcat.
Let me hold your hand. Come here.
Then they got quite a few of these here. I saw some more of the container, dump containers here. And here's an RTV, rusted floorboard right there. Got 1,400 hours on it. I don't know. It's diesel Kubota. Okay. Well, that shouldn't be hurt at all if it's a diesel Kubota. Master Ferguson. '35 diesel. Has been leaking diesel fuel or something. Looks like diesel fuel all over it. That injection pump needs rebuilding for sure. Changed the seat on it to a modern seat. You got the 3-point hitch with the PTO. Something, when this thing kicked over years ago, it bent that up. Yeah. Alright. We'll move on along. There's a Husqvarna lawnmower I was interested in. We'll stop and look at it in a minute. They kind of mix in some small stuff along with big stuff, I guess, to keep us off here. Got this GMC tank truck running. Water truck to water construction sites. There was that John Deere he was moving a while ago, 850B. Got a big dump truck there. Got a bulldog on the front. I bet it's a mine. Then we got a freight line of this tractor, Kenworth tractor. Guy down here playing with the Bobcat stand-on skid steer, so you can get in people's small backyards. Kenworth dump truck. A tire service truck. A Chevrolet Buley with a Vortex. A 7.4 liter Vortex. That's a big motor there. Gas motor. More of those containers. There's the little Bobcat. Yeah. Then there's a bigger Bobcat. That one's the S650. I think the tires are a little wore out. And here's all those case skid steers. Cat. Alright. Walk down this next line here. Take a look at this big. These tank trucks, don't know what they were used for, but they internationals. Here's an auto wrap New Holland baler. You want to bale hay? We got one of those for sale here today. This is right at the Lincolnton Airport, so we get to see people doing their touch and goes all day, flight training. So the next item up that I have on my list is right here, a schoolie. Everybody needs a schoolie. Now this thing, still has some of the seats in it, but all those can be gone. And take all this mess out. Put a bed, put a bathroom, you know, in here. It said that it only had, let's see what the mileage is. 80,000 miles, but with this age, has that 80,000 miles rolled over? See if we can get a start out of it. We get nothing out of it. Nope, we don't get nothing out of it. You do have to have your foot on the brake. Nothing. Well, that ain't good. I don't buy nothing I can't crank. And that looks like the battery hold downs are right there. And what is this? Wasps and Hornets was in here. Yeah. If you're gonna sell something like that, guys, it needs to be a runner. It needs somebody to be, it needs to be able to get in it, turn it over and crank it right up. There's a service bed, Super Duty, 146,000 miles. I just have no use for a service bed. I'd rather have a dump bed on it. Vermeer baler. Here's another straight truck. Here's another Bobcat miniature skid steer. So here's one of the escapes they got. These things are already over $6,500 on the bids. This one right here is a 14. It's a SE. It's got 104,000 miles. Cranks and runs. Trying to connect to somebody's phone that's not here. Air conditioning is good. Yep. Cut it off. Got the sink, so it's pretty loaded. Still got cloth seats there. It is the EcoBoost, so it's the 2-liter turbocharged. I don't need an Escape, but that, yeah, them things are holding their value now. I don't think this is for auction. I think somebody's riding around. There's an old Ford L9000. Oh. Late model here. And that's the 2016, I believe, 140,000 mile car. It's a 331 Bobcat. Here's a 175. Now this one's in a whole lot better shape. It's still been sprayed. Tires idle down when you turn it off. Hydraulic fluid in the bottom. Here's your little Kubota L3350.
Oh, I ain't seen none. That's probably why
It looks like a homemade backhoe almost. Look at the rust on that cylinders. Yeah, I don't think that's for me. A few skid zero turns. There's an X mark over there. Here's an Encore, whatever an Encore is. There's no hour meters on an Encore. That looks like a 34-inch cut. Here's a backhoe that come off of something. But it's been at the auction before. They done wrote the numbers over again and again. Somebody hadn't been able to get rid of it, or got it and figured out it wasn't worth keeping. Yeah. Now this is the X mark. It's got 2,098 hours on it. Alright, here's your spreader. We got the PTO with it. The bottom's pretty rusty. You can look down there and see the rust that's in it. I think I'm out on none that rusty. Here's your mass version 451 turf tires. Set of rubber tracks or something. Now here's a Honda 4 tracks that I saw. Still runs good. Now the 4 track does not mean 4-wheel drive, because this one is not 4-wheel drive. The year is 1999. So a 99 model for $500, about all I do with it. So we'll have to wait and see. Here's a 4-wheel drive Dodge Ram. There's your Charger. Looks like an old police car. And here's your old Chevrolet dump truck with a 4-barrel. 350 4-barrel. Yeah. Well, the bed's rusty, but it ain't rusted out. Hasn't been used a lot lately, I don't believe. Got some chains to keep it from flipping all the way open. Pins look a little interesting. That pin's not all the way in. And this pin is. Oh well. Pull behind bush hog. Set of case 2-row planters. A Lincoln they got hit in the rear. Spreader for a golf course or something. Got turf tires and all kind of switches and everything on it. Massey Ferguson 135 gas. Not a bad looking tractor. Tires look good. Yeah, got a bush hog there. Got the Dodge ex-police car here. Okay. Check the air conditioning. 177,000 miles right there. Looks like it's got good oil pressure, but that's, and I don't hear any valves ticking. That's kind of unusual if it's a 5.7. Check engine light is on. Yep. We're gonna pop the hood and see if it is the big V8. I don't know. It is the V8. They must have already fixed the valves in it because it didn't rattle at all. I'll have to look online here in a minute and see what the bid is on this Dodge. Then I'll have to go find somebody to drive it home for me. Now the next section to look at is a bunch of trailers. And we'd already looked kind of at the other end, so we've been through most everything. I'm going to go ahead and sign off this video. Thanks for watching Upstate Tractor Works here at the auction in Iron Station, North Carolina. Please like, share, subscribe below, follow our channel. We'll bring you more auction news. The next video will have some auction action. Thank you.